and show face about how I decided on this project and what's going on. So I have been on a journey of ticking all the tasks off, and I wasn't gonna do any more tests, but I haven't Tunisian crocheted in like years. And Natalie of Detroit Knots put out this epic testing call for the Flipdana, and I couldn't not. So it was like late at night, like right before, in the morning she was gonna do, like, choose the testers and let the pattern out. So before I went to bed, I remembered and went and looked in my stash, and it was like, if I could find something, then I was gonna apply. Because I did respond to her on Instagram, was like, I almost can't resist this one. She's like, don't. I'm like, So I looked and found both of these. I know it looks messy right now, but like I found both of these and I've been hoarding these. So Blue Meal Fiber doesn't dye yarn anymore. They're like totally focused on their winery now, which is amazing also. But they gave me this stuff a long time ago. I've always wanted to try the zebra yarn, and it's like such a cool look. So now I can't remember. I think this one's Annie Oakley, and this one is Belle Star. But I probably should take a picture of that before I pulled them off, and I just ripped them out and didn't even pay attention to which one was which, but it's fine, whatever. But they called this base Zonky. It's 100% superwash merino and 21 micron. There's 437 yards per 100 grams. Anyway, so I've been hoarding this for a while, and I was like, oh my gosh, this design uses 2 skeins of fingering weight, and they need to be contrasting color. I'm like, perfect. And then since we've been in testing, the like main color is going to take a lot more yardage than the contrast color. And so the contrast color looks like it's like 25 grams. So you could probably use a mini for. But I had already decided that I would use these together. So that's what I'm doing. But I've just, okay, so y'all saw I got all my swatches done. And turns out I get to use the same hook sizes as Natalie. And what I love about the set I have too, because it has so many cords that I can have them, like I can carry both of them like this. So I don't have to worry about switching them. And so I was going to start with the Tunisian simple stitch because it's like mindless for me. What's funny is that it's been so long since I Tunisian crochet, I'm almost basically beginner. I had to look up all the tutorials to even learn how to like cast on, to learn like all these stitches. Tunisian simple stitch, Tunisian purl stitch, slip stitch. Like, I had to look up all these things, and like it's so easily accessible, so it's not a big deal. But I got right into it. Yeah, I got right into the vibe of it as I was going. So look, this is the Tunisian simple stitch, and look at how like it really is looking zebra like, right? But I don't know how I'm gonna pull the stitch out. I don't know how I feel about, it's probably not gonna give you the best view here, but how I feel about this one, like the pattern together, like mixed with the zebra on top of contrasting the colors. But we're going with it. We're going with it. So, what else? Oh, and you know, I had to bust out my sock blank bag from Detroit Knots, you know, for the sake of her project. Although my case don't necessarily fit through them. It looks like a hodgepodge because this is like remnants from the swatch, and I haven't worked that up yet. And I'm working from the inside and the outside of this, since I took a break on this because I felt like we were increasing one side I don't know. I was a little bit confused. So I'm waiting to hear back on how that is. I did get carried away for a little bit, but so I might have to frog that, which is fine. Whatever, if I have to. Yeah, so we're going to the races tonight. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff with me. I don't have any other project yet. Although I don't know if I feel like this is necessarily like a great project for me to take, like to go somewhere, especially the status that I have everything right now. Like if you work on one versus the other, you're supposed to start with the pattern part and then the second part, and they like seam together, which is pretty freaking cool. But yeah, I had to pin, it's so crazy. Like I made the swatches last night. I even blocked it. I steam blocked them last night. And I did have to pin a little bit while I was doing it, because like while I'm stitching, it goes up more this way and I have to get more width. But if I size up on the hook size, it's gonna be too big. So I don't know what it's gonna, I mean, she says to block to the dimensions of the measurements before seaming. So I think that's gonna be okay. I think I'll be able to still pin and block it to that. But I do find that I wear cowls. I actually wear cowls a lot when the season changes to cooler. I find that I like that comfort around my neck, and it's also very nice for me to be able to take to like the track and stuff like that. I love to wear the cowls so they don't fall off or anything. And then like if you go to restaurants or whatever, it's like my arms are free to be able to eat, but I can still wear the warmth. So I couldn't resist it because I could totally stash bust, and I really, minus like having to design my own self, like I've done a tester call recently, and so I felt like I just deserved, and I just completed a test for Natalie. And I submitted all my notes, I organized my stash. I have another design I need to start. I have a design I need to write the pattern for. I have ends to weave into 2 projects that I finished. But for the most part, like I feel like I deserved to jump onto another project like this, and I couldn't resist like immediately casting on. So anyway, that's my update for now. I guess I'm gonna get back to working, you know, continue. This looks like a hodgepodge in here, but eventually I'm gonna get it all work to where everything fits in here. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all an update before I got too carried away and come in here and be like, oh, I finished. So, I guess that's it. I felt like I had more things to say. Maybe I should have jotted notes before I came on here. I don't know. It's fine. I am rethinking my color choice, and I'm thinking this might be it. Also, this colorway of Summer Camp Fibers is called Outdoorsy. And look at that. Like, it's got so many cool colors in it. I mean, look at that right there. What a nice little hidden gem in there. Look at the breaks in that. Is that not freaking delicious? And then I have like this left over, and I just weighed it. It's like 88, I think, yards. I gotta weigh it again for sure to make sure if I can use it. Then I'd only have to cake one more, but I'm not liking the way my colors are blending on the other. So I think this is happening. I'm gonna start all over. happened anyway. I basically finished the whole thing and never stopped and talked to y'all about anything. Obviously you saw I ran out of yarn for the second panel, so I had to add that. Also, while I was making it, I realized I'm kind of like deciding, when I decided on this color, I kind of am going Green Bay Packer vibes. Are you a football fan? I've actually been to Wisconsin for a Packers game, and those people, they know how to tailgate. Anyway, I chose these, and you'll see too, I was in a Zoom chat with some friends that became friends during a pandemic, and one of those friends, we did like a Christmas exchange, and she got me, and she had sent me this green color, and it's from the Netherlands, from where she's from. And it's such a nice, rich green. It's beautiful. Like this, it's very overcast, so it's not doing it justice. But yeah, so I paired it with some that I had left over from the test that I had met her through, which was the Pretty in Pink with Stephanie Aaron. There's a cardinal out there. And this is Feisty Fibers. And so it just, like with the gold, so it just, it has memories with it now. And Natalie did tell me a way, like I could frog back and then like stop decreasing or whatever. I don't know. I put it in my Ravelry page, project page, but she did tell me a way that I could correct it. It would shorten the dimensions of it, but it wouldn't change the look of it. But I went ahead and kept my little strip there. I think it's a nice little added touch. It's fine. And I wouldn't be opposed to making another. So this is nice. You make the two pieces and then you seam them together here, and then you can like wear either way out. So it's like a tube already. And so you can wear it with the texture out, or you could wear it with the solid out, and then the texture is like the accent. And it's super easy to just flip it in and out. And when you have it on, you have more ability to make like that second layer pop out. It's so cute, right? Like I can't even remember every little thing that I wanted to talk about on this. I do also need to mention that I didn't have any issues with my finished dimensions after blocking. I only pinned it to keep from like to keep the curl straight and to make sure that they were both panels aligned and didn't roll when drying. But yeah, the worries I had while swatching, I think that it all like weighed out. Does it make sense? Like when it became more of a fabric, like a bigger fabric, that it was heavy enough to not have to worry about stretching or pinning or whatever. So it worked out. It was perfect. Everything about it. She says that this is more like you need to be experienced to do this, and I get it, because like the textured stitching, you need to be, oh, you could even like fold it like that. You need to be familiar with like the way Tunisian stitches are, but I mean, I think an advanced beginner could really achieve it. I mean, I had to reteach myself a lot of the stitches to do this, and yeah, we only had like a couple corrections during the testing phase, but it was really an enjoyable group, and it's another banger from Natalie.